Hello and welcome to Business Matters, the show about people behind businesses that help make Tacoma a great place to live and work. I'm your host, Mike Wark, and on today's show we feature the owner of a growing sportswear company, and Andrew Fry identifies how business can thrive on his segment of Tacoma Means Business. And today my guest is David Schroedel, who's the Executive Director of the Downtown Tacoma Partnership. Welcome, David.
Thanks, Mike. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. So I know you've been with the Chamber a long time, and this organization is part of that, but it's relatively new, and it's called the Tacoma Downtown Partnership. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the Downtown Tacoma Partnership is actually the latest evolution of what was previously known as the BIA, or the Business Improvement Area downtown. For about 30 years, the BIA really focused on making sure downtown was safe and clean.
They did a good job of that.
We've done a great job of it. In 2018, we really added the welcoming aspect and changed our names to be more reflective of the work we did, both where we're at and who we're working with. And so now we're the Downtown Tacoma Partnership. And we're not just doing safe and clean, but we're doing downtown concert series, holiday shopping events, helping retailers open storefronts, and supporting them on the retail journey.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
So there's a couple pieces in there. Part of it is supporting businesses, and part of it is making downtown more attractive and visible so people will come down for those businesses. Let's talk about that first one first. You mentioned welcoming, and I know you have an amazing website.
We do. If anyone's looking for something to do downtown, you can find it on there. You can also find more about our services on there at downtowntacoma.partnership.com. I know it's a mouthful. It's a lot of keystrokes, but it's worth it.
So there's so many interesting and unique businesses in downtown. How does this service help highlight those?
Yeah, absolutely. Our communications and marketing arm has a really active social media feed. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. We do newsletters, all of that stuff. What we really like to do is highlight the great things going on downtown, and oftentimes that's a business or an event or an activity, and it's really a good way to find things you didn't know about. The number of people who are surprised to find out that there's an axe throwing location in downtown Tacoma.
Axe throwing.
Axe throwing. You can buy scooters. I don't recommend axe throwing and scooters combined.
Right.
But these are all businesses that have opened up just during the pandemic. And so it's been great to see new businesses come online that people may not have known about before. That's one of the ways we get the word out.
So I'm thinking of coming downtown. Maybe I know I want to go out for a meal and do some other activities. How does this website or the services help with that?
Absolutely. So on the website, you can search based on what your interest areas are. We've got a great interactive map where you can go in and find, I'm looking for casual sit-down food today. What's out there? Where can I find it? And if you're already living downtown, it's an easy way to go from your house or your place of work to see what's right around you on the street. So that's one tool that we have available. In addition, if you're just trying to figure out a great place to go, we've got lots of great recommendations on there as well.
And restaurants, lots of restaurants.
We have lots of restaurants.
So many are opening. One of the things I find intriguing is how many businesses have opened during the pandemic or coming out of the pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely. We have been really fortunate, but it's been intentional with our work to support businesses through the pandemic. And in downtown, a lot of people don't realize we have about 160 different storefronts in downtown.
Wow.
That rivals any other area where you can go shopping in the South Sound. Of those, we've actually been able to retain a significant number of them through the pandemic, and we've had more openings since the pandemic started than we've actually had closures. We've lost some high-profile businesses, but we've also had a lot of great ones open over that time.
That really impresses me. We've had more businesses open during the pandemic than we've had close.
Yes, absolutely.
That's pretty impressive, and your work is part of that.
We really try to, and so we have a retail advocate as part of our team. And that's kind of an odd title, and like, well, what does that mean? It really means that we've got someone who is the point for supporting anyone who's in a storefront or wants to open a storefront downtown. And so if there's a business who's listening who's thinking, you know, downtown, I've thought about opening a business downtown, what would that look like for me? I'd encourage them to reach out to a retail advocate who can walk them through the entire process, from sitting down and talking with their needs and what their business model looks like, to what type of space might be good, to touring those spaces, helping them through the leasing process and even the permitting process as they start to open.
That's really interesting. So you kind of have two components to your mission. One is to highlight the businesses that are here and make them visible to the general public, to the shopping or eating public. And the other is to help support these businesses that are there, but also to get started. So if I want to start a business, I can come to you. You can show us the storefronts. You can walk me through all the steps down to permitting. And that's part of what you do.
Absolutely. And then once you're open, we try and highlight you as much as we can. I think one of the great examples for us, Method Coffee and Skate Shop, was one that opened during the pandemic at the corner, just off the corner of 9th and Court A. And it's a coffee shop and skate shop where you can buy skate equipment as well as coffee.
Okay.
And we helped them through that entire process, from figuring out what size grease trap they needed to open a coffee shop, to helping connect them with businesses in the area and potential customers now that they're open.
And how's that going for them?
It's going really well. It's really interesting. They're located across Court A from the multi-care building that's in downtown Tacoma at 9th and A there. And they've seen a huge number of multi-care administrative employees come over to get their coffee. And you mix that in with the high schoolers who are into the skate shop component of it, and it's a really cool mix of people gathering, which is one of the things I love about downtown generally.
Oh, that's really great. I'm glad to hear that it wasn't from injuries from people skating and going to multi-care.
It is not, no.
Good. And so tell me more. I'm interested to hear about some of the other great businesses that people might be interested in checking out.
Absolutely. So one of the ones that's been fun, one of our employees actually is a customer of theirs now, is a scooter shop that's open right next to University of Washington campus off of Jefferson and 21st. And they've got all the latest and hottest and cutest looking Vespas you can imagine there. And one of our employees was so entranced with it that he now rides a scooter every day to work. And so if you see someone out and about on a cute little new Vespa in downtown, it could be our retail advocate out there doing his job and going around downtown. But
And this is the person that you reach out to if you want to start a business or explore, I've got this business, I want to maybe start up downtown, and that may be all you know.
Absolutely. And coming with that idea, or if you've already opened a business, that's a great way to add another location.
Okay.
One of the things I love about our downtown is roughly about I'd say probably 85% of our storefronts are locally owned. There are very few chain stores down there that have more than half a dozen locations. You've got some regional chains like Matador that's downtown that has roughly half a dozen locations, but most of them are only a couple locations. Crisp Greens is a great example. They've got a spot on 6th Avenue and one downtown. They're Tacoma grown, fresh salads down at University of Washington Tacoma area there.
So that points to the fact that Tacoma, I know how much character there is, and how many interesting shops there are, and it's fun to go downtown and explore them. But the fact that 85% of them are locally owned kind of reinforces that.
Absolutely. And we know that shopping locally keeps those dollars in the business community and keeps them in the local community.
All the more reason to check out your website. So if I know that I really like a certain part of downtown, like the 6th Avenue district, and I love going there and exploring, but I don't know about the other areas, that's all the more reason to check out the site.
We're excited that there are many places for people to go, and different places are right for different people. We love downtown Tacoma because there's such a mix and there's such a wealth of opportunity there. One of the things that's been really exciting as we kind of leave the pandemic era is starting to look at who's coming back to downtown. And so we're starting to see that mix of students, whether it's University of Washington that's now coming back, whether it's our high schools or even our middle school that's downtown that are now fully in person, and we see those people out on the street every day. We're starting to see some of the big events coming back to the Tacoma Dome. The arena shows were gone for a while. We're now starting to see the 10, 15, even 20,000 person events at the Tacoma Dome that are really seeding a lot of activity throughout downtown. Same thing with Convention Center. Our hotels are starting to fill up again. We're starting to get booked out nights at the hotels that we didn't see kind of in the early stages of the pandemic. So everyone is coming back downtown. We encourage people to be a part of it, whether it's an individual looking to shop or go out to eat, or if you're a business looking to open, there's always opportunities.
That's interesting. That's good to hear. I mean, that's really an uplifting message. And it's also interesting to see your perspective. You've got your finger on the pulse of what's happening. You've got these data points that you just shared with us about how it's working. And you're a part of it in so many ways of making it happen. And people previously probably didn't realize that there was an organization like yours doing this work.
We sit in the background a lot, and we're happy to be there. We really want to highlight the great things going on downtown. It's not necessarily about the work we do directly, but I know the work we do can really support businesses across the board. One of the more exciting things that's coming to downtown is we know that there's over 4,000 residential units slated that's either in construction or permitting, which will more than double, potentially triple the total number of people living downtown over the next 5 years. So there's energy and excitement coming to downtown, and we want everyone to have a chance to be a part of that.
And you can see it. You see these buildings going up, and so we know those people are coming, but I hadn't thought of it in that perspective. Lots of excitement about downtown Tacoma. Good time to come start your business here, move your business here, or come live.
Absolutely.
Well, David, thanks. It's been great learning about what you do in your organization for Tacoma and what you see happening in downtown Tacoma. It's a real inspiration, so thank you.
Thanks so much for having me, Mike. It's been a pleasure.
Coming up, Andrew Fry will share a few simple steps to help your business thrive. On this segment of Tacoma Means Business, Andrew Fry proposes 3 steps you'll need to succeed in business.
Hello, and welcome back to a conversation on businesses and running your business and successful businesses and all of those great things that revolve around entrepreneurship. It does feel in some ways, post-COVID, that we are getting back to some of the basics. So I thought, at least today, I would talk at a very high level at some of the ways to make certain that you're successful in what you want to do. And the way I have organized it in my mind is that organized businesses thrive and agile businesses survive and automated businesses drive. I know that third one was a real stretch, but I wanted it to rhyme. In terms of the idea of organized businesses, when you're running, if you want to thrive, definitely consider the methods by which you are organizing yourself. And that happens through your documentation, your books, your accounting, your HR manual, and for any company you have, you should have at least a basic one. Remember that whatever we do about and talk about for small businesses, there are usually examples that exist online or through local organizations. And then, of course, your business plan. I actually was talking to someone who's a friend of mine who works around the ideas of entrepreneurs and said, business plans aren't important. And this is my reaction. No, they're important. They don't have to be large, detailed things, but they do have to exist so that you have documented ideas and messaging and plans for the future. Agile businesses survive? Survive? I don't want to survive, I want to thrive. Well, then be organized. If you want to survive, be agile, be flexible. We're coming back into a new market. This is, well, not only is it different because we're coming back from when we had to deal with a lot of requirements from COVID policies, but also because technology does not slow down. And in fact, the idea of a virtual world was adopted more through the times when we were at home and it was accelerated. So agile companies survive. You have to be able to be flexible. You need to know what to do to pivot and use the information you have. Maybe your business today is different than the business you had going into and through COVID. And then finally, automated businesses drive. Again, I was pushing that one, but I thought about this in terms of, say, a car. If you're driving your car, that's a pretty sophisticated machine, just like your business is sophisticated. There are a lot of moving parts that exist, and you're moving it forward, and you're looking to try to create your cash flow and growth opportunities in market. So automate what you can, because it gives you more time to make the necessary creative decisions that have to be made. So when I say automated, how about your CRM, your customer relations management software? Are they sending out follow-up emails to customers who buy your product or ask about them or visit your website? What are your survey tools and how do they collect information and data? What do you have attached to any social media that you have? Whether it's a Twitter, a TikTok, a Facebook, or whatever it is that you have, what are you using to collect that data and get good information from it? That's part of the automation process. So, we're starting at the very 10,000 foot level here, but to be successful, consider your business. Because when you do, organized businesses thrive, agile businesses survive, and automated businesses drive.
Thanks, Andrew. For more ways on helping grow your business, check out Tacoma's Community and Economic Development Program at makeittacoma.com. When Business Matters continues, healthy living based on sportswear fashion. Onimi Sportswear is not your typical athletic brand of clothing. Owner and founder Michael Okoro focused on motivating and inspiring people with products that are fashionable and fitness ready. Here to fill us in on how he got started in his business is Michael Okoro. Welcome, Michael.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about your business, sportswear business, founded here in Tacoma. So tell us about Onimi Sportswear.
So at Onimi Sportswear, we work to help athletes and everyone really look, feel, and perform their best. We make sportswear products for men, women, and children, things that you would work out in, go to the gym in, run in, play soccer in, and also just those items that you want to lounge around the house in on your days off. We also produce sports content, so we do podcasts with athletes, we give sports tips, and just work to help athletes to perform better.
That's awesome. And you talk about the different things you can wear your clothing for. You can also wear them for TV interviews.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Showing the product.
Yep.
That's great. So where can I find your product?
So you can find us online at onimisport.com. We're also all around Tacoma. So we're in the Ruston Waterway Market. We're at the Tacoma Night Market. We're at the Black Night Market. We're really all over. We're going to be in Seattle. Sometimes we're in Portland. So you can definitely always keep up with us online and on Instagram. But we're really all out throughout the city.
So I can go to your site and find out when you're going to be at Point Ruston or the Black Market or wherever you are in town.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Come check it out.
Through our website and through our Instagram as well.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to look at your site and see the range of products. That sounds really interesting. And it's sort of a niche, the sportswear. Tell me a little bit about why you went that direction.
Well, I'm a lifelong athlete. Like, I've been playing sports ever since I was probably 4 or 6, and for whatever reason, I just always cared. I cared how I performed, but I also cared how I looked. When I was a kid, I would change the shoelaces in my soccer cleats. In high school, at the state championship meet, I just showed up in a random green uniform. My coach kind of scolded me for that. And when I went to school and went to business school, I just realized that I love clothing, I love sports. I feel like I have a good grasp on what an athlete needs, what an athlete wants to wear. So I just decided to give it a shot and begin, designing and creating sportswear products.
That's really interesting. So you went to Eastern Washington University and you're an athlete there.
Yes, sir.
And you studied business there.
Yep.
And then you came out and thought, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Is there a mix of creativity that goes with sort of the business aspect of this that appeals to you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I started learning how to just make a shirt. How do you design a shirt? How do you draw? How do you make fonts? How do you do text? So I love that. I love the creativity aspect of designing clothes, and also how do I market this? How do I make this look good? And then comes the business of like, okay, we do have to have this on our website. We have to sell it. We have to show people. We have to make sure that it, it's a working, growing business. So there's both, use the left side and right side of your brain, I guess.
Right. That's really interesting to me that you figure out how to get the product out there once it's done and how it appeals to your audience. And I'm sure people love it.
Yeah.
But what kind of feedback do you get?
Oh, I feel like we've gotten great, amazing feedback so far. We've had a lot of customers over the last few years. Now it's like, just how do I continue to grow this? Because everyone's saying that I have a great product.
Oh, really? Good.
They love it. They love the texture. I've gotten a lot of compliments on the design and quality of it. So
Well, I know I'm going to be looking to come shopping soon because I want to check it out and feel it, and so I can purchase
you'll love it.
And I understand you're looking for a storefront.
I am. So previously I had a space, probably 2 minutes from here.
Yeah.
I had a space, and that building is just getting remodeled and shut down. And we felt like it was a great time to expand, to continue to expand, because we converted an office space into a store. So once that was done, it's like, okay, we need to get a full functioning retail shop, one that's visible on the street.
In Tacoma.
In Tacoma.
Why Tacoma?
Well, I'm from Tacoma. I love Tacoma. I'm born and raised, and I just feel like it needs it. There's such a huge sports culture. We've had people who've gone to the Olympics from Tacoma, gone to the NBA, gone to the NFL. And we just need a place for athletes to come through, shop, get the things they need, and just really embody that sports culture that we already have.
Well, I love that story because Tacoma has so many businesses of people like you. They love Tacoma. They want to be here. They want to contribute. And also, they see the business upside of opening up in Tacoma.
Definitely. There's so much opportunity here in Tacoma, Washington. There's so much help for businesses with things like this, Business Matters, with SpaceWorks Tacoma.
Right.
You know, there's so many people who are lending a helping hand to businesses. So it's really a great place to be if you do want to start a business.
Well, tell me, you came out of a college with a business degree, but you went to SpaceWorks to get extra support to start up. And tell us, our audience, about SpaceWorks and how that helped you.
So SpaceWorks is an organization. They'll help you with your business plan. They'll help you finding a space
In Tacoma. They're in Tacoma for Tacoma.
Yeah, in Tacoma for Tacoma. And for me, it's helped my network. It's introduced me to more people. It's taught me more about business because you're always growing. You're always learning. You know, I didn't get it all in college, and no one really does. So SpaceWorks has helped me to just meet so many more people, gather so much more information, and they still will help me. If I call them right now, someone from SpaceWorks will answer or respond to an email and, you know, give me any advice that they can.
And they'll help you find a retail spot, or they're tied with organizations that provide all those services.
Yes, sir.
So Tacoma has all that kind of support for.
Yeah, I was just with them at a SpaceWorks event last night.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of continuing to network and learn, really.
So you mentioned your podcast and Athletes from Tacoma, and I know that's an interesting feature that I'd like you to highlight a little bit. For example, a coach that coached an athlete in the Olympics?
Yeah, so again, I was an athlete. I interviewed one of my old coaches. His name is Nate Wilford. He coaches track and field. He's helped like 400 high school athletes get to college track and field programs. A lot of them have been from around here. He's been with the Flying AJ's track team and the Alpha Speed Academy. I interviewed him to get his story. He went to the Olympics and coached a girl from Tacoma, Andrea Gabel. She competed at the Rio Olympics. So I interviewed him to get his story. Marcus Chambers, a Foss High School graduate. He's a professional track and field athlete, signed with Nike. I interviewed him. And just so many more. And I'm looking to interview more as well, but I've done so many more athletes that have just given their stories, given advice on how you can also go and be successful, go to college, just through sports and athletics.
So your business is also an inspiration.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of what it's founded on, to inspire. We use phrases like, I am limitless, born to win. And yeah, we mostly just want to inspire and aid the next generation of athletes, because there'll always be, your 3-year-old, you're probably going to put them in soccer. So there'll always be more athletes. Sports has helped me. As much as I live and love Tacoma, sports has helped me to go on summer trips, to leave Tacoma, to see the country. And it's going to do that for other people.
And you're going to help them look good.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go to all those places wearing your clothing and looking great.
Yes.
Clothing that comes from a business that's built here, founded here, and is going to grow from here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what is the big next step for Onimi?
The next step is to get a storefront in downtown Tacoma. We've been looking at 9th and Pacific, so hopefully we'll be there. But our next step is to have a storefront in Tacoma and just help as many athletes look and feel as good as possible.
Well, Michael, this has been fascinating. I've learned a lot about your business and the inspiration that you provide, and I can tell that you're going to have an impact in Tacoma going into the future in so many ways.
Thank you. Yeah, we hope to do that.
So tell us your website.
OnimiSport.com. It's ONIMI Sport.com.
Yeah, everyone has to go there.
Yes, please. Go check it out. There's something for you there, so go check it out. You'll be impressed.
Fabulous. Thanks for being our guest today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you so much.
That's it for Business Matters. Join me next time for more insight into the Tacoma business scene. See you then.